Hi, I'm Cynthia Day, and I own and operate a real estate company here in the Dallas-Fort Worth market called Trusted Results Realty. And we are currently in the states of Texas as well as in Florida. Whoop, whoop. And soon to be coming to a city, a state, and even a country near you. So, this is another episode of Empower Her, and where we showcase empowered women both in business as well as in life. So today's guest is none other than Miss Madeline Ricci.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So Madeline is the ultimate entrepreneur. So she owns and operates two businesses here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And do you want to go ahead and share your companies?
Sure. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Like you said, my name is Madeline, and I am the founder and CEO of BNN Services. What that stands for is Bilingual Notary Network. A little bit of me and background is I have 30 years in the mortgage industry. Have done it all there when I was in corporate for 18 years before I founded BNN in 2008. So in 2008, when the mortgage crash, I got laid off. So I decided that I was going to never look back, and I was going to fill the holes that the industry indeed had as challenges. So that's where BNN grew from. It was a very interesting thing because I saw as an operator when I was in corporate and in loan origination, I saw that there were holes and always questioning, why are we losing deals on the table? What is the problem, right? And so I decided to go incognito a year prior and discover that there was a lot of holes everywhere, and it was from consumer miscommunication, the loan officer, whoever was involved in the transaction. So I decided that I was going to do it better. And so 2008 came, I opened my own business.
Right? You do it yourself.
Well, I started doing it myself because I wanted to see what it was like to be able to mentor and help others do it better, right? So it was for a long time, I was a solopreneur for the BNN services. And then, through giving that white glove service, I was able to grow organically and be able to deliver the levels of service that I knew were missing in the industry. So with that said, everywhere, I never had to advertise. My escrow officers did a phenomenal job growing my business. Fast forward today, 2021, we are operating a 15 employee operation, which is nationwide and now globally, because we could do remote online, which is probably one of the latest and greatest after COVID. So that affords us the opportunity to have a wider reach and be able to help more people, especially the ones that were abroad, because they didn't have, the embassies were closed, so we were able to help by staying in front of the situation, not behind it. So today we closed about 5,000 transactions.
That's all?
That's all on a monthly basis. And when we do
phenomenal.
we do it very systematically, and it's wonderful. We do create. Our tagline is we create capacity for our escrow officers, partners that are in industry, so they can focus on building their own business and not have to be worried about behind the desk and see if that closing. So we organize and orchestrate the whole entire process, because they're not the only ones that are our client. It is everybody involved in the transaction that it is.
Well, and what I thought was so interesting was the fact, for myself as a real estate professional, right? And this is really geared towards a lot of our professionals in the real estate industry. So you provide a huge value to a lot of our professionals, especially the ones that want to go worldwide. So just the sheer fact that you can close anyone in, and I think you even closed a closing in Japan.
We close them in Japan, Israel, Iraq, anywhere that the customer qualifies, because that is a very specific transaction, right? While we can do non-U.S. through other channels, the customer must be a U.S. citizen, must have the proper equipment to be able to, do that transaction. The lender has to approve it. The underwriter has to approve it. So there is a process,
of course,
to this transaction, but just the sheer fact, like you said, be able to close that transaction anywhere in the world, it's kind of fascinating.
It really is. And what level of service, do we have with you, right, to be able to provide this to our clients,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Like, you don't have to work your life around closing on your home for us, right? As the real estate professional, you go on vacation and we will close you while you're there.
That's right.
You don't have to rearrange your life, which is, what I absolutely love about the service that you provide. And what's most important about your operation is the fact that you are so process driven, right? You are
yes.
very systematic, very organized in the way that you do things, which means a lot because, when we are coming up with solutions for our clients, we want to be able to recommend someone that's actually got it together, So Madeline her company is definitely our best foot forward. And I appreciate how much you actually appreciate really good levels of service. That is a conviction for you.
Yes.
So I appreciate that you deliver what you are so passionate about.
I do. I hold, I hold everything I do is based on my standards. So I would not want to give anyone lesser of a service just because they give me less business. No, everybody gets the same level of business regardless of who you are. I treat their clients how I would like to be treated, and I think that that's the part, because we're so busy in the industry, that people have forgotten how to treat your consumer. The biggest investment that they'll ever do, buying a home, right? We must make sure that we treat them with that respect and that delicate way, white glove service.
So for someone like myself who is looking to grow my brand globally, right? We've got commercial and residential deals. So we are so glad to have you and to be able to grow with you across the globe.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is pretty exciting for you.
I know. I'm really excited. And I cannot wait to share your services with other agents across the globe, right? So that you can help to, add value to their lives and to their business.
Absolutely, and educating the consumer as well. I think we have our work cut out for ourselves. I think that COVID catapulted this particular part of the business, the remote online authorization, 10 years, because it was funny, in 2019 I was blogging about on LinkedIn, and we talked about it and we talked about it and we talked about it, and we became really, the subject matter experts in that particular transaction, or everything that has to do with remote online or even traditional for that matter. But it was really fascinating that 2020 came about, and that was October 2019, right? In January 2020, we started to hear about COVID. It had not yet hit us, right? And I never forget when March 13 hit, right? And
the world shut down.
And the world shut down. All of a sudden, we became very well known really quickly, because we had already. So just the power of social media, it really is, when utilized correctly, it really is amazing, because the people that knew that we knew what we were doing, they came to us for consultation. I helped lots and lots of attorneys, especially in the state of Florida, because that law had just came about, back in January of 2020. So I was able to help them, because Texas was already on the map on that since 2018. So it was just very, it has been a journey for sure, but one that there's a whole lot of education yet to be done. We do a lot of remote online closings today. However, there's a lot of lack of information out there, a lot of misleading information. So, we have a lot of work to do.
I can really attest to that because, I always, strive to, provide a level of service and convenience for my clients whenever possible.
Sure.
And I would say before I met you guys several years ago, I would have these mobile closers that would come to the table, and just let me tell you that you guys are a complete difference just in the presentation of the way that the other mobile closer would show up, right? And, how we present ourselves here. And then just the lack of knowledge, that would be non-existent. There would be no knowledge that would be present for my home buyer to be able to close on their documents, or my home seller to be able to close on their documents. I mean, I'm pretty sure that legally you cannot provide some explanation of documents, but I mean, there was no educating the consumer in this moment. It was like, here, press here, or press here, sign here, and, press hard, and, that was it.
Well, and I'll tell you why that is, okay? So one can look at this, mobile closings to be a very lucrative business for the signing agent. So, but there is a distinct difference between a notary and a signing agent, right? So very big difference. We do not work with just notary public, okay? You have to be a notary public to be licensed to be able to do this part, the loan signing. But what we do require that they do have at least a minimum of 2 years experience under their belt. They are, NNA certified. That means that they have invested some sort of monies and dollars into their learning and education to be able to present themselves as professional and represent all of us, right? Because when they go into that transaction in front of the customer, that is not the only, that they are actually a very important piece, and they need to be able to, again, have that conversation and feel really good about that customer that customer needs to feel good about walking away with the sense that, I signed these documents and I know what I signed.
That is crucial. That is huge.
And so what I did in the past when I did close, do the closings, I first of all, I introduced myself. I got to know my client before I went in. That is so crucial, because you understand what is going to be the mask that you're going to put on. Because some people, I just want to sign. This is not my first rodeo. Some people, I really need you to hold my hand, and you need to be a chameleon. You need to be able to do whatever is it that customer requires, right? And I think that's the distinct difference about customer service.
Well, I definitely appreciate this. So, for all of our real estate investors out here, commercial business owners out here, people who are negotiating and creating deals, across the globe. I mean, Madeline and her team are definitely the people that you could call in order to help the transaction go smoothly, help the deal go smoothly, get clarity in the transaction that you're making, and like Madeline said, walk away feeling very confident that you understand what you just agreed to, which is the most important.
Very.
So thank you so much, Madeline, for spending time with me. I absolutely loved getting to know more about your business, more about your expertise, and more about where you fit in today's world.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. If there's anything that we can do for anybody out there, you can go to our website. It is bnnservices.com. You can go in there. Our office number is 817-984-9160. Any of our staff members can help you, guide you through the process of ordering and setting up your account.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.